So now we'll move on to refund under GST, and I'll not get too detail into technical part, but yes, we'll discuss on the key changes that have happened, and also the small discussion on what is refund, what are the timeline for taking the refund, and what are the precaution while taking the refund.
Is the screen is on Zoom?
It is. I don't know.
Your
It is.
screen is showing it as a Zoom only.
You cannot see the screen.
Yo, I'm not
Sir,
seeing.
it's visible, sir.
It
Now
was
it's
Visible.
visible.
Yeah.
Not, it's visible.
Okay, okay. Sir, you just try to see your settings, sir. I think the screen is visible.
Oh, here it is. Okay, carry on. No problem.
Right. So we'll discuss on refund under GST. Uh, so what has happened is there are certain scenarios where the refund is available, right? The common scenario is while if you are exporting any goods or service, you are eligible to claim refund. If you supply any goods or service to SEZ, you are eligible to claim refund. If you have paid any wrong tax or excess tax, you are eligible to claim refund. If you are under inverted duty structure, you are eligible to claim refund. What is inverted duty? My input is 18 or 28, my output is 5, 12 or 18. So my input is more than my output. Rate of input is more than my rate of output. In that case, government is allowing a refund, except certain industries where they said that they will not allow refund, right? Textile, like they have not allowed, or railway industry, they have said they will not allow refund to those taxpayers, right? So section 54 and 77 of the CGST Act deals with situation where the refund can be claimed. So number one is export of goods or export of service. Number two, supply to SEZ unit or SEZ developer. Number three, deemed export. So deemed exporter can claim refund. Number four, refund of taxes by for any purchase made by United Nations or embassy. So in India, when the United Nations embassies and all are set up, they will still do a local purchases of GST. So, and they will not have any output liability because they are not here for business purpose. So any GST paid to the local suppliers, they can get a refund. Or you have fought a case and you have a judgment or order in your favor. In that case, for execution of that order, refund will be claimed. Refund will also be claimed on accumulated inverted credit on accumulated input credit on inverted duty structure. Just now I told you your rate of input is more than rate of output, right? Or refund of pre-deposit. You have won the case, pre-deposit refund. Excess payment of tax due to mistake. So instead of CGST, IGST, in the cash ledger you paid IGST. So you'll get the refund. There are also provision where international tourists who will come to India and they will purchase goods or avail services in India, most probably goods only, because service they will consume. Purchase goods and then they're carrying that goods outside India. At the time of departure from India, they can claim refund from custom, right? So, and recently one scenario was there that credit note is more and that adjustment is not possible. In that case, refund can be claimed, right? Now we'll discuss briefly on change in the refund circular. So now, recently what government has said is, whatever invoices are reflected in GSTR 2 actually, refund will only be admissible on the such invoices. So earlier government said if the invoices are not reflected in GSTR 2A, submit the copy of those invoices and upload it on the portal. While filing refund, you will get the refund. But from 1st of April 2020, circular number 135 dated 5/2020 was introduced, and then now the government is saying refund will only be allowed in case where the invoices are uploaded by suppliers in GSTR 2A. So government is now saying supplier paying tax, you claim refund, right? Next, there is a new undertaking where government is saying in case of goods, in case of supply or service, the refund criteria is simple. You receive the money, you get the refund. So while obtaining FIRC from bank, submit the FIRC and claim the refund for export of service. Recently government has said for export of goods also from 1st April 2020, you have to give a declaration to government that Realization of exports proceed will be as per FEMA guidelines.
Okay.
FEMA guidelines means 9 months from the date of export, you will get the realization from your customer in convertible foreign currency, right? In case you are not getting the money in convertible foreign currency and you have already claimed refund from government, you have to return the refund to the government along with interest if the remittance is not received by you within the time prescribed as per FEMA guidelines or any extension taken by you for receipt of foreign currency, right?
Yes.
Next is your recovery. Same thing I told you, recovery. So what happens is you claimed you exported goods in month of April 20, you claim the refund in the month of June, right?
Mhm.
After the 9 months, that is December 31st, 2020, if you don't get the realization and you have not taken the permission from RBI for extension of realization, then 30 days from the expiry of 31st December 2020, you have to return the money to the government along with 18% interest, right? Now what happens is in the month of Feb 2021, you will get the realization, right?
Okay.
So you got the realization. So whenever you get the realization, you submit the proof within 3 months from the realization, subsequent realization,
Mhm.
then claim the refund from government. So whatever you refunded
Then
back,
can we claim along with interest then?
no sir, interest is always for the government. So no, government will never return the interest to you in all the provisions. In all the provisions. So
So the base
this is
value.
right. So this why this is introduced because in most of the cases government has found out the bogus exports are happening. Immediately exporters are claiming crores of rupees as refund and then vanishing.
Okay.
So there's no customer outside India. There no one is there. They have just shown the export. They have claimed the refund and then they
No,
have
no, export cannot be claimed like because they have to show bill of entry, bill of exchange.
agreed. So there are connivance, sir. I think in Gujarat or something 750 crore ka fraud was found out on this basis only.
Okay, very good.
I know there are process, but there are ways and lapses also to just go around these provisions. So that is where government is now saying
Okay.
uh, claim the money should get realized within timeline prescribed by FEMA.
Okay.
Second, what they have also government has introduced is Aadhaar verification in case of new registration.
Okay.
In case you take a new registration after 21st of August 2020,
Mm.
Aadhaar verification is also introduced.
Okay.
In case you don't opt for Aadhaar verification of the authorized signatory and directors, physical verification of premises is mandatory before grant of registration.
Okay.
Now government, the officer is actually coming to your premises, seeing the premises, verify it, and then only government will grant GST number to you.
Okay.
So all this is happening because of this lapses, right? So now government has introduced a new provision. Earlier, what was happening is in case of multiple financial year, you will have to file multiple refund claims. Like if I have to file refund claim from January 20 to June 20, my refund claim is staggered between two financial years, 1920 and 2021.
Yes.
So I had to file two separate refund claims. So this company called Pitambara Books went to the High Court, Delhi High Court, and they said there is no provision in the Section 54 or the law which said that I have to file multiple claims. It is only GSTN portal is not allowing me to file the refund, and circular cannot be issued to override the law.
Okay.
So now GSTN portal has enabled, and you see here in the red block January 20 to June 20. Now you can file a single application. Means multiple financial year refund can be filed as a single application. And the benefit of this will be that for an entity you can file a single refund application for 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, like 2 year only, not 3 years, 4 year. And for company for department, the refund processing will be faster because they have to process lesser number of refund applications, right? So recently, only this month only they have allowed August, end of August or this month they have allowed this filing of multiple refund claim as single refund application, right? Yeah. Next. So what is refund under zero rated supplies? So before getting into it, as an exporter, you can apply for LUT or letter of undertaking. If you apply for letter of undertaking, you can export your goods or export your services without payment of GST.
Okay.
Without payment of GST means you will not charge any GST from export customer because he will not pay GST to you. But while filing return and filing your GSTR 3B, you have to pay GST if you have not obtained LUT.
Okay.
If you have obtained LUT, you don't need to charge GST or pay GST to government. You will get the refund of input tax credit, entirely input tax credit. So two options are there. One is if you have LUT, you claim the refund of accumulated input tax credit. If you don't have LUT, you claim and and the refund will be granted to you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Refund will be granted to you. Here the benefit is in case you go for your with payment of tax, your refund will be automatically your shipping bill. Refund will be credited to your bank account based on each and every shipping bill.
Yeah.
Only challenge is your shipping bill detail, port code details, and shipping bill date and all should be entered in table 6A of GSTR 1.
Okay.
If there is a mismatch between your table 6A and your actual shipping bill, refund will get stuck.
Okay.
Right? And in case of with payment of without payment of tax or under bond or LUT, you apply for a separate refund application under your in the GST common portal.
Okay.
So what is zero rated? Section 16 of IGST Act says zero rated means export of goods or services to outside India or supply to SEZ unit or SEZ developer. For all practical purpose under GST or any indirect taxes, SEZ unit or SEZ developer is considered as a separate entity which is only for your special economic zone for export of goods or services, right?
Okay.
Once you apply for refund on the GST portal, so refund is automatically, so the entire refund process is automated. You don't have to apply any manual refund. RFD 01 you have to file, right? Once you apply, government is saying 90% of the provisional refund will be granted within 7 days.
Okay.
So they will process your application immediately. They will first check the correctness of your documents. If the document is correct and you get the acknowledgement of refund, when you get the acknowledgement of refund, 90% of the refund is to be granted immediately and balance within 3 months maximum, right?
Okay.
So, and this is actually happening. So if you feel like this is actually happening, government is granting 90% refund within 1 or 2 days even.
Okay.
So this is how your refund application will look like. You see here, computation of refund to be claimed, statement 3A. So statement 3A you have to prepare. Statement 3A is your amount based on turnover. So what is your total turnover? What is your export turnover? Out of that export turnover, how much is the input credit balance? You have to claim, right? The refund will be granted lower of the 3 amount. Lower of the 3 amount. See here, what is the lower of the 3 amount? Amount number 1. Balance lying in the electronic credit ledger on the date of refund. So I'll take a simple example. Your refund is 1 crore. But on the date of filing of refund, there is no balance in the electronic credit ledger. You will not get any refund. Why? Because you have used the entire input credit for domestic supplies, right?
Okay.
Second, during the period for which you are filing refund, how much ITC you have availed, right? What is the balance on the electronic credit ledger and what is the ITC formula based on export turnover by total turnover?
Okay.
Lowest of the 3 will be granted as refund.
Okay.
So lowest of your based on formula like export turnover of 10 rupees out of total turnover of 20 rupees into ITC of 1 lakh rupees. So 57 rupees is your refund eligibility.
Okay.
Out of that eligibility in the electronic credit ledger you have 40,000 rupees.
So 40,000 will be granted.
Third I am coming.
Okay.
For the refund period only 10,000 rupees is you have input credit.
Okay.
So 10,000 will only be granted because for that particular period your purchase is 10,000 only, right?
Okay.
So 10,000 will be granted. So accumulated past refund will not be granted. For that period, whenever you are applying refund, what is the balance? Lowest of the 3 will be granted as refund, right? So here down refund claim. Refund claim means lowest of the 3 will be, see that the 4th column in the first table. Eligible amount, lowest of all. Lowest of 3A, lowest of electronic credit ledger, lowest of purchaser during the period, right?
Okay.
Okay.
And ITC availed during the period means ITC availed in your GSTR 3B.
Okay.
Next, refund on account of wrong payment of tax. So just now someone told that instead of CGST or SGST, he paid IGST, right? And later on the amount was, the invoice was rectified. So see the second para. Taxable amount, person is required to make appropriate payment of tax, means correct tax you will pay. Interest is not to be paid in this case. So instead of IGST, if you have liability of CGST and HGST, in this case you don't require to pay interest because already you have paid the tax. But when you claim refund, it will be allowed subject to provision of unjust indemnity. It means the incident has not been passed on to the subsequent channel. You have to prove that, right? Next, inverted duty refund. Inverted duty refund means your input rate is greater than your output rate. So you have always have a balance in the credit ledger. So for that, your filing of GSTR 1 and 3B is complete. You have to file refund application GSTR RFD 01A, right? Generate ARN, upload all the documents, right? Refund will be processed, right? And you have to check the jurisdiction. So once you apply online, you don't have to check the jurisdiction. System will automatically assign the refund application to the concerned officer. It has also happened that in the same department, each and every quarter, the refund application will go to different desks because the system is allotting the refund to different officer. You cannot decide and go that I want a refund to be processed by this officer only because I know this officer and he has understood my case. That will not happen electronically, right? Same like kind of income tax. Recently they have introduced faceless assessment. You don't know your assessing officer, you don't know the state even, you don't know the jurisdiction even where the case is going. Same with the refund, right? So inverted duty you see here. So turnover of inverted duty, left hand side you see here.
Yeah.
Tax payable on inverted rated. So what will happen is, in case you have entire turnover under inverted, so your entire input is 18, output is 12. So 6% ka balance whatever you have, you will get refund. But there can be a scenario where your inverted duty mein output is 18, output is 12, and input is 18. So whatever balance is left out after adjusting 18% will be granted a refund, right?
Okay.
See here, same here. Value as per this statement, lower electronic credit ledger balance, ITC availed balance, lowest of the three will be granted as refund, right? Formula will be same.
Okay.
If you don't have any balance in the credit ledger or if you have not claimed any credit in 3B for the particular period, you will not get any refund, right? So how the refund application will be processed? So in case of export of goods or unutilized input tax credit, you apply within 2 years. We'll see what is the timeline within 2 years, how it is to be computed. So once you apply, you'll get an acknowledgement in GST RFD 02. So in case the deficiency are there or there is no deficiency, you have rectified the deficiency. If you have not rectified the deficiency means immediately the system will tell that this statement is not attached. So 7 days ka you'll get notice for non-admissible of refund because department will say we issued a notice and you have not rectified, right? So in case you have rectified and the proper officer is satisfied, right, he will allow the refund. If he is not satisfied, he will reject the refund. In case of rejection of refund, RFD 05 will be issued. In case he allows the refund, within 7 days you will get 90% refund and balance will be refunded based on assessment, right? Maximum period is 3 months, they will grant the refund. Now, what is the relevant date for refund application? So, in case you are claiming refund for export of goods or input or input service, when the export is made by sea or air, date on which the goods are loaded leaves India, means it is leaving India physically. Okay. In case the export is by land, means Bhutan or Nepal or China, you are exporting by truck.
Oh.
Date on which such good pass the frontier means leaving India, right? If you are exporting by post, then date of dispatch of goods by concerned post office to the place outside India. So from Delhi it is going to UK. So the day Delhi GPO will ship the goods to UK, right?
Yes.
In case of deemed export, on which the refund for deemed export is filed 2 years from the date, right? So these are your criteria on which you will find the refund. So 2 years will be counted from this date. This is a relevant date.
Okay.
When the department will say that I have rejected your refund because you have filed a delayed refund. So in this case, you can say that the ship left on this day, so my 2 year is not over, right?
Yes.
So this is the period for which you will count the 2 year expiry.
Okay.
So next, this is your refund application. Within 2 years from relevant date, acknowledgement department will give in RFD 02 within 15 days, right? Notice 15 days time they will give to acknowledge. Provisional refunds within 7 days you will get the provisional refund. Or part sanction after provisional refund, full amount will be refunded within 90 days from the date of refund application. So they have to complete the adjustment or complete the uh, adjustment against your past demand within 90 days, right? Payment advice, immediately they will issue. Once they will issue RFD 04 for payment of sanction order, they will issue payment advice, right? So these are your important refund forms. Any questions? Thank you for watching our video, and we hope that you enjoyed this learning series GST with Tax Marvel. And don't forget to share, like and subscribe our videos, and do also tell your friends or colleagues who want to make their career in GST or want to get updated on GST aspects. Thank you friends. Thank you.